Am I the a-hole for leaving my friend and going home after I asked her not to sleep with my boyfriend's roommate? My friend Vanessa, 21F, came to visit my college for her 21st birthday this fall. I wanted to surprise her for her birthday, and since I am the only one in our friend group who is over 21, I got a bunch of my school friends together at my boyfriend's house. We all went out to celebrate her and bought her drinks for her birthday. There were probably around 20 people there. I was really excited to celebrate her, but before we left my apartment, I asked her not to sleep with my boyfriend's roommate, Alex. My other friend, Haley, liked Alex, and I knew it would make things awkward between her and me if Vanessa pursued him. I explained this to Vanessa. For context, Vanessa has slept with one of my past situationships shortly after I had seen him, and also with my sister's ex-boyfriend. Because of that, I wasn't confident she wouldn't pursue Alex unless I asked her directly. She is single, and Alex is conventionally attractive. He is also the only single guy in the house. Afterward, we went back to my boyfriend's house for an after-party. My boyfriend, his roommates, Vanessa, Haley, and I were all there. I could tell Vanessa was flirting with Alex, and I kept watching Haley while this was happening. I briefly pulled Vanessa aside and asked her again not to sleep with him. She replied, "But he's so cute, and I'm not going to date him, so why does it matter?" I knew she had a lot to drink, and it was getting close to 4 a.m. On top of that, I was not feeling well and hadn't even planned to stay at my boyfriend's place. I gave my friend a 30-minute warning that I wanted to leave. Haley had already left at this point, so it was just us and my boyfriend's household remaining. I told Vanessa it was time to go and that I needed to go home. She said, "Okay, I need to get my phone, it's charging." It was charging in Alex's room. They both went upstairs and never came back down. One of the other roommates was blocking the stairway, so I started calling her name. I waited another 30 minutes or so to see if she would come down. I then called her phone multiple times trying to reach her. Eventually, I gave up, texted her that I was leaving, and walked the 10 minutes back to my apartment by myself. She texted me later saying she was ready to come back, but I felt really sick and didn't want to get out of bed to let her into the building. I may be the a-hole here, but I told her to just stay there and that I would let her in during the morning. I walked back over to my boyfriend's place at 9 a.m. the next day and let her know I was there. She didn't come down from his room until 2 p.m. I was really upset and frustrated but decided to ignore it since it was her birthday and we were celebrating her again that night. I even covered for her when her dad texted asking where she was. I told him we were at my place and that she was sleeping. A few days later, I ended up in the hospital for a week due to my illness. I had to spend Thanksgiving in a hospital bed. I went back to school afterward and thought nothing more of the situation. But now it's February, and Vanessa hasn't texted me back since. I'm starting to worry. In our group chats, everyone responds to me except her. Is what I did really enough for her to ignore me like this? In the end, I don't care that she slept with him. I wouldn't have left Vanessa there if it hadn't been my boyfriend's house and if I weren't so close with all of his friends. But I was in a lot of pain and trusted them. Am I the a-hole? Final update. I just want to clear a few things up before getting into the update. First, I've known Vanessa my entire life. We grew up down the street from each other, and she's part of my core friend group. So for everyone calling me an idiot for not keeping my boundaries, it's hard to cut out a friend you've known for so long. Now for the update. On Friday, Vanessa visited my sister out of state. She's always been a bit dodgy with texts, so I thought maybe she was just busy with school. But when I saw that she traveled hours away to visit my sister while I'm in the same state as her, I realized it was probably more than that. I texted my sister after Vanessa left and asked if she knew why Vanessa was ignoring me. She said she did and asked if I was free to talk on the phone. The first thing my sister said was, "I would never leave my friend at a house full of guys by herself without telling her." I was confused and asked what she meant. We had a long conversation, and she told me Vanessa had said that I left her at the house without saying anything. She sounded disgusted when she told me this. My sister also said that Vanessa had wanted to talk to me about the situation, but then I ended up in the hospital, so she never did. I was furious and sent my sister screenshots of our texts and call logs with timestamps. I told her exactly what happened and explained everything. I asked who else Vanessa had told, and it turns out our entire friend group thinks I just left without saying anything. I was in tears thinking about how my sister and closest friends had believed this about my character for months. After seeing the messages, my sister believed me and apologized for not asking me about it sooner. I still haven't spoken to Vanessa, and I don't think I really need to after hearing what she told everyone. I'll definitely be keeping my distance from now on and only seeing her when our group gets together. I also plan to show the group the screenshots. I don't know why she did this, but some of the comments here definitely helped shed some light. Other than that, I now know who the people in my life are who truly care about me. Thank you to everyone who commented. You helped motivate me to talk to my sister and realize the truth about Vanessa. To those calling us immature, we're 21 and our brains aren't fully developed yet. There's a big difference between this happening at 21 versus 26. To those who said everyone sucks here, I appreciate your thoughts and agree with many of them. And to those who defended me or had my back, thank you for not making me feel crazy.